How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Devil May Cry 4. Uh, where do I begin with this game? Well, actually, you know what? Best place to begin with this game is Nero. We finally get to meet Nero. Obviously, I played through the games as much as possible. I tried to play the games in the point of view of Dante. Unfortunately, this game, the Dante story is intertwined with the story of another part demon. And that is Nero, a son of Sparta. He has Sparta blood. We obviously see it now, of course. We don't find out until 5, but like, I'm going to discuss that anyway today, and it's going up today, so it doesn't really matter. Nero is the son of Virgil and an unnamed human woman. Like, she just doesn't have a name. She's not even mentioned in the game. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Yamato in Devil May Cry 4 reacts to Nero, we wouldn't even know he's Virgil's kid. Just that he's some kid with demon powers. But yeah, enter Nero, and Kyrie is how her name is pronounced, but it's spelled Kyrie. For some reason, I don't know. Look, if that's how the devs want it to be pronounced in English, I'll go with it. It doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds pretty good. And somewhat unique. So, enter Nero and Kyrie. Nero works for this church that seems to worship... I don't know if they worship Mundus or if they worship Sparta. But they worship one of the two. Seemingly. I believe it's Sparta, actually. Because that would make sense, because we've heard of people doing that before. In the HD Collection trilogy, one of those games, the game that shall not be named, mentions that does happen. Anyway, you know, he's worshipped as the legendary Dark Knight. You know, he's dark because he's a demon, and a knight because he's a defender of justice and humanity and whatnot. But obviously, Nero has some similar personality traits to Dante. Now, of course, you know, we gotta stop the demons, Now, the demons in Devil May Cry 4 look a little weird sometimes. One of them was just like, "Oy," when I saw her. Now, the Nero story switches off to Dante after a certain point, which I found in 4 that playing as Dante was harder than playing as Nero. Mainly because of Nero's right arm, which uses the Devilbringer, I believe it's called. Yeah, Devilbringer. It's like a weird ethereal devil arm. Now, I obviously, for those of you who watched me play it on the Purple live streaming site that can't be named because we're not allowed to mention it on YouTube. Anyway, link in the description down below if you guys haven't already. The playlist and, well, the playlist and my live streaming link is linked in the description down below. Anyway, I played as Super Dante and Super Nero, which is essentially just them being permanent devil triggers. It's just them. It allows you for a permanent devil trigger. You can activate devil trigger and just leave it on. Now, of course, me being me, I love using devil trigger, man. That's my thing. I love using devil trigger because it just makes it more fun. To me, it makes it more fun. I don't know about the rest of people. I find it makes it more fun. And after the game I played before 4, which we played in chronological order, remember, right? We played within in-game timeline order, so we didn't play 3 before that. 3 was the first one we played. The game that shall be named was Thing, and I kept making quips during 4 about how this game is infinitely better just because The game that should not be named should not have been a Devil May Cry game. I stand by that opinion. As a Devil May Cry game, it sucks. As a non-Devil May Cry game, it has potential. And may very well have been a good game. Probably would have, actually. But anyway, back to 4. Yeah, so we follow Nero for a good portion of it. Then we switch over to Dante's perspective. I'm not sure if it's right as we switch over to Dante's perspective or a little bit before that. We find out that one of the people that Nero meets is actually Trish from DMC1. Now, of course, DMC4 has Trish. It has... Does it have Lady? I don't know if Lady's in the game. She's in the game, but I don't... Yeah, no, it has Lady. It has Lady, obviously, because there's a Trish/Lady story to go, I guess, to go with the Nero Dante story, where we switch off from Trish to Lady or Lady to Trish or whatever. Now, then after beating the, it's like a deity, but it's like a false deity. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like a pseudo false deity type thing. I played it a while ago, right? Like I finished 5 a while. I finished 5 on the 13th, 14th, something like that. So, and it's now the 21st, so it's been a week. So, no, it's been way more than a week. It's been like 2, I think. I think it's been 2. Anyway, look the upload date for 5, for the last portion of 5, and subtract the day. That's when I last played 5. And obviously the last upload date for 4 minus 1 is the last time I played 4. So I really don't remember. But I'm pretty sure he's just a false deity. Like it was just like the head priest who turned everyone into part demons by like injecting them with demon essence or whatever. Well, on Twitter being people on Twitter. Anyway, now he summons this like false demon while trying to absorb the Sparta blade, which, as we know, Trish was using as her own personal weapon. Since obviously, Rebellion and Dante has Rebellion and Lady has her guns. Now, of course, in the ensuing battle, I don't remember any of the names. I only remember Kyrie, Nero, Dante, Trish, and Lady, to be honest. I believe Trish uses the name Gloria. But let's be real here. 1, it's been a while. 2, I never remember any of the, like, minor antagonists, if you can call them that, since the major antagonist of DMC is Mundus, technically. Well, it's Mundus/Virgil. Well, Virgil isn't in this game unless you play the Virgil storyline, which I have not yet. Again, if you want to watch me play it, look in the description. But yeah. Now, after that is all said and done, we have a final battle. Dante takes him down a couple pegs, and Nero has to finish him off. It has to be Nero, due to story. Understandable story. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like hating on it. I know I tend to do that sometimes where it's just like, oh, it's story. I do that with Supergirl sometimes, you know, this whole last season was one big story arc where Supergirl's best friend hates her because she lied about being Supergirl, which they even showed that it wouldn't have actually mattered and she would have forgiven her anyway. So it's essentially a waste of a season of character interactions. That's what I mean by story. But like, no, in this case, I think it's because he betrayed Kyrie or tried to kill her, or maybe Kyrie was still stuck inside of the statue pseudo god thing. So that's why he had to do it, because he had to save the girl. You know, he has to save his girl, man. But anyway, at the end of this game, Dante moves on, leaves the city that they are in to Nero and Kyrie, and they live happily ever after. For now. Seemingly. Obviously, well, the credits roll and you're just killing demons during the credits. But yeah, seemingly they've lived happily ever after. Anyway, obviously, let's talk about the game as a whole. I'm 10 minutes in. Heck. Anyway, let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are amazing. Apparently this game's a PS3 game, but I'm like, excuse me, what? I played on the PS4. I played the special edition on the PS4. So I had to download it onto my PS4 because it's a download only from PSN. But apparently this game's an original PS3 game, and I'm just like, excuse me, what? If I didn't know this game was on the PS3 and originally for the PS3, I'm not sure this is a port, to be honest, because this game looked fucking fantastic. I almost censored out the F word, and then I realized not for children videos, so I don't have to. Thank you, Kappa. But yeah, this game looked fucking fantastic. I was like, excuse me, what? I've seen games natively for the PS4 that look not as good. Like, full stop, they just don't look as good. Mechanics wise, game's amazing. It was a breath of fresh air. I love the Devil Bringers. It's a new thing, and I was just like, yo, this is cool. Now, of course, I couldn't, Nero's sword, that you have to charge it up. I couldn't keep it charged. Or wait, or maybe I couldn't keep it uncharged. Yeah. I couldn't uncharge it. It was always on like the max level. Like I couldn't like slow charge it. It was weird. As soon as I clicked it, it was boom, I'm fully charged, ready to swing and do extra damage. And I was just like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. I think that might have been because I was playing a Super Nero. And so I had it fully charged constantly, kind of like the permanent Devil Trigger, even before we actually unlocked Devil Trigger story-wise. That was a thing I did. I also struggled playing as Dante a bit. I couldn't do the style ranking. I couldn't go as far with Dante as I could with Nero. Not sure if it was just at first or for general. I just couldn't do it. But I think that's a me thing and not a game mechanic thing. I just struggled after playing as Nero for so long. I couldn't do Dante, and I know that messed me up in 5 as well. It actually got to the point, I will say this, it got to the point towards the end of the Dante part of the story where I was just like, please give us Nero back. Like, I couldn't play as Dante. For whatever reason, in 4, I couldn't play as Dante, and I know I struggled with it in 5 as well. I preferred Dante and I preferred the other character. Not Dante, I preferred Nero and I preferred the other character. We'll talk about that in the review for that. Anyway, overall, I'd give this game... an... Holy hell, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd give this game a 9 out of 10. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's just that good. 5's a bit better, but not by much. Which we will talk about also today. It's going up same time. Anyway, yeah, I give this game a 9 out of 10. As strange as it is for me to give a game a 9 out of 10. Someone look up how many games I've given a 9 out of 10. Yeah, this game is easily a 9. Yeah, it's a 9 out of 10. I had an enjoyable time. Like, the only issue I had was the not memorable villains. I can't even remember their names. And I struggled personally playing as Dante after playing as Nero. Although I think that's a me issue. But also mostly that the villains aren't really memorable in this game. Like, the most memorable part was them attempting to kill Kyrie. And being sort of possessed by the Sparta sword. That was essentially it. Like, I don't even remember what the villain looks like. I remember clearly what Kyrie looks like. I remember what Nero looked like. I remember Gloria, Trish's alter ego, as it were. I, for the life of me, can't remember the villains in this game. But honestly, other than that, yeah, it was a pretty good game. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. Check out the Let's Play if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright.